Guys, I'm looking at a Goodman Gaspack from 2011, a GPG 1560-140, 140,000 BTU input, 5 tons, 15 seer. Of course, all the Gaspacks are 80%. We're going to check this thing out and fire it up and make sure it's looking good for the winter time. I have some concerns about airflow. Anytime I see a 5-ton unit on a house, I'm always concerned about airflow because I don't run the proper size duct. And of course, the duct run on this is 18 on the supply and 18 on the return. So airflow will definitely be an issue. Guys, if you can see down here, we have our W1 and W2 jumper together, so there will be no low stage on this. That is not my doing, that's someone else's doing. We have in here, if you can see it, we have down there, we have a stage delay, none, 5 or 10 minutes. We can put that on 5 minutes or 10 minutes and separate those wires out so it'll upstage by itself, which would be a good idea, because with this low amount of ductwork in here, low amount of airflow, it'd be nice for this thing to run a little bit on low stage and not just high stage all the time. We're getting Testo 320 started. I have my pressure tap on the gas valve down there. They put these gas valves tucked away in these units. They put the pressure tap underneath these valves, so it's really a pain to get to them, so it kind of sucks. They have the zebra stat ready to start the unit in heat here in just a second. So we're going to fire it up. We won't start the Testo up sampling the flue gas until a couple minutes after we get started. We also have our manifold probes in there to see what kind of temperature spread we have. The maximum is 75, so we'll see how close we come to that with this small duct. Our zebra stat plugged into the thermostat terminals. Here we are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit heat 1. We should have 5 minutes till we get an upstage call. So we have our inducer motor running. Should have low stage gas pressure when we light up. Hey, I bet we don't light up. That might help. It'll run through 3 times if it doesn't get any gas pressure, so never fear. We'll get it on try number 2. See if we upstage in the second stage. Let her settle out here for a minute. We'll see how she levels out. We guys have our stack temperature 317, our oxygens a little bit too high there. Of course, we go down here to excess air, 129% is a little bit high as well. Looks like we're getting a little bit, running a little bit high on air, a little bit low on gas pressure because we have only about 7.7 inches of water going to the burners, and we should be at least a couple pounds or a couple inches of water higher than that at least. So we're going to take a look and make sure. We might not have had the correct springs put on this thing whenever they change it to LP gas, as far as it will go on the high side gas pressure. So we're going to turn it off, cool the house down, take a look at it. We are getting 54 degrees split, which is a good split. God knows what the split would actually be if the gas pressure was right. It'd be interesting to see. Alright guys, we adjusted our gas pressure. The low side was fine. We got up to around, the design is 6, we got right below 6 inches. On the high side, the design is 10, and we're still a couple shy on that one, whether or not it's just a worn out spring or the wrong spring. I tried to back the adjustment out. It's kind of cinched in there, so someone has definitely wrenched it down pretty tight. So, functional, but just not quite as efficient as it could be. But, to tell you the truth, at the proper gas pressure, it might be over the temperature spread anyway, because we were going to get pretty close. In low stage, we were close to the maximum, we'll just say that, so I had to back it off just a little bit. So definitely not where you want your how you want your equipment to be set up, because the ductwork is small. Good thing, guys, is obviously we're not going to run much CO because it's extremely lean mixture, a lot of air, not as much gas as would normally be in the system. So no CO, which is a good thing. We're going to run it in AC for a minute, check the temperature spread to see how bad the airflow is based on the target temperature rule of thumb we learned over there on the Pro channel. Okay, guys, we're talking about airflow. You see we have 21-degree split. Now those of you from the Pro channel will see that, let's see here, 71% return air means our split should be down near 14. Let's see what the iManifold says about this, because with our probes in place it'll give us our numbers here. Well, we're a little bit higher. We're at the target split. Has our target split at 15 degrees, which is pretty close to what we said. A deviation from target of 6.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Essentially what our 6-degree spread means is that the airflow sucks ass, and that this system is going to die early in a violent heat exchanger death, or violent compressor slugging death, or evaporator is going to leak, or something along those lines, because the system is going to be very cold running in the summertime and very hot running in the wintertime. As you can see, our gas pressures were off, and we still built up enough heat to get near the threshold for the temperature split. And cooling, we're way beyond the temperature split, so we're running way too cold. So unless it's corrected by, doing some sort of return enhancement or something along those lines, the system's oversized for sure. It's too big for the house. Someone came in here and put it in here without really thinking about it or running a load. Most 5-ton split, you see a 5-ton package unit on a house, you think, well, it's going to be too big, because there's not many houses that need a 5-ton package unit. That's 2,000 to 3,000 square feet easy, and this house has crappy ductwork that is more suited to a 3.5 or 3-ton unit than a 5-ton unit. So obviously it's going to have problems, but this one will. So we'll discuss it with the homeowner and see what he says.